A very good morning, students. This is 11th standard mathematics, and we are in chapter number 8, vector algebra. I think you remember that we come across direction ratios, direction cosines, how to find direction ratios and direction cosines of a vector, as well as how to prove that three vectors or three or more vectors are coplanar, and also how to prove that the given vectors form a equilateral triangle or right angle triangle or isosceles triangle. These model problems we did, and let us all hope that government will reduce the syllabus so that we will complete the portions shortly. So what I want to say is, whatever portions that we are completing, you try to be strong in those portions. That is very important at this point of time. Whatever we are completing, you should be thorough with those things. So moving on to the chapter. In chapter number 8, in this class, we are particularly going to see about product of vectors. And we are having two types under the heading product of vectors. One is scalar product, other one is vector product. And the scalar product can be also called as a dot product, and vector product can be also called as a cross product. So two types of product that we are going to discuss, but in this class we will specifically take the first one, scalar product, or otherwise called as dot product, and learn about that. So the topic that we are going to discuss today is product of vectors, under which we have two types, but we are going to take one and discuss about that in this particular class, scalar product, or otherwise called as dot product. So first we will go to the definition of scalar product. What is the other name? Other name is dot product. Scalar product can be also called as dot product. So if we see the definition, let A vector and B vector be any two non-zero vectors and theta be the angle between A and B, then the scalar product or dot product is denoted by, see the just how we are denoting that I have written here, A vector dot B vector. How to read this? A vector dot B vector. We will not read this as A vector into B vector, no. We should read it as A vector dot B vector. That is why we say dot product, or otherwise can be called as a scalar product. So what is the definition says? A vector and B vector are any two non-zero vectors. Theta is nothing but angle between A vector and B vector. Then the scalar product is denoted as A vector dot B vector and is given by the formula modulus of A vector modulus of B vector cos theta. So a very important formula for what? Scalar product. So hereafter we should know that A vector dot B vector can be written as modulus of A vector modulus of B vector cos theta, where theta is the angle between A vector and B vector. So this is the definition for dot product or scalar product. You know how to find modulus of a vector, right? So modulus of A vector modulus of B vector cos theta. What is theta? Theta is the angle between A vector and B vector. So this is the definition of scalar product. Now we will see the geometrical meaning of scalar product is nothing but projection of A vector on B vector or projection of B vector on A vector. So geometrical meaning is this. What is the meaning of telling A vector dot B vector? So if suppose this is A vector and this is B vector, this dot product gives the meaning of projection. So the meaning is we are projecting B vector on this A vector, that is called B dot A. So B vector dot A vector. Just if you move this line and make this line to fall on this horizontal line, that is called projection of B vector on this line. Since this line is called A vector, this is called projection of B vector on A vector. Or even you can take this A vector, just move this A vector and try rotate it and keep it, try to place it on B vector. That is called projection of A vector on B vector. So that is the geometrical meaning of scalar product or dot product. So also we are going to read two formulas. Projection of A vector on B vector. It is given by the formula A vector dot B vector by modulus B vector. Projection of A vector on B vector. What is the meaning? We are taking this A vector and projecting it on B vector, just moving it and keeping it on B vector. If I say projection of B vector on A vector, B vector is just bended and we are trying to project it on A vector. So we are trying to keep this line, take this line and place it on A vector. That is called projection of B vector on A vector. So if you see the formulas for both, projection of A vector on B vector, formula starts like A dot B by modulus B. If you see the formula here, A vector dot B vector by modulus A vector. So on A vector means denominator will have modulus A. On B vector means denominator will have modulus B vector. Try to understand the difference between these two. So now so far we have learned three formulas. One is scalar product formula. Projection, we are having two formula. Projection of A vector on B vector. The other one is projection of B vector on A vector. So these are the three formulas so far we studied. Now let us discuss about some properties of scalar product. We have many properties, so we will see one by one under the heading properties of scalar product. What is the other name of scalar product? Dot product. Out of which the first property is A vector dot B vector is equal to B vector dot A vector. So in dot product the order is not important. A vector dot B vector and B vector dot A vector are equal. That is the first property. Property number 2, if the dot product is 0, the meaning is the two vectors are perpendicular. So these are all important results that you should keep in your mind. You should remember, if the dot product becomes 0, then the meaning is the vectors are perpendicular. If A vector dot B vector equal to 0 means A vector and B vector are perpendicular. That is the meaning. Third one, A vector dot A vector can be written as A square or A vector square. And property 4 and property 3, what is the meaning? A vector dot A vector can be written as A vector square or simply A square. So A square and A vector square both are equal. You should keep that in your mind. Property 4, I vector dot I vector, answer is 1. J vector dot J vector, answer is 1. K vector dot K vector, answer is 1. So in dot product, when we make a scalar product of same vector, the answer will be 1. That is unit I vector. What is I vector? It is the unit vector along x-axis. I vector is nothing but unit vector along x-axis. J vector is the unit vector along y-axis. K vector is vector along unit vector along z-axis. So I dot I answer is 1. J dot J answer is 1. K vector dot K vector answer is 1. If we change, that is I vector dot J or J dot K, K dot I, answer becomes 0. So these are all the important properties that we should keep in our mind to enter into the problems. A dot B is equal to B dot A, that is property 1. If the dot product becomes 0, the meaning is two vectors are perpendicular. A vector dot A vector can be written as A vector square or simply A square. Same vector, if we make a dot product, I dot I, answer will be 1. If we change I dot J, the answer will become 0. J dot K, 0. K dot I, 0. But same thing comes K dot K, answer will be 1. Property 5, lambda and mu are constants. Then lambda A vector dot mu B vector can be written as, the constants can be multiplied. That is lambda mu. And A vector dot B vector, this can be written like this. So constants, if two constants are present, we can multiply the constant and we can write lambda mu. That is, we are multiplying the constants and writing as A vector dot B vector. This can be written like this. And also we can apply associative property also. A vector dot B vector plus C vector can be simplified as A vector dot B vector plus A vector dot C vector. Similarly, property 7, if A vector is written like this, that is, we are resoluting that in 3 dimension. If A vector is written as A1i plus A2j plus A3k, and B vector if it is written as B1i plus B2j plus B3k, then the dot product of these two is written as how to find the dot product when the two vectors are given. This is A vector, this is B vector. This is important property which we will apply in all the problems. A vector dot B vector, the answer is just we have to combine I coefficients. See, I vector dot I vector, what is the answer? 1. So just we need to multiply A1 B1, then we should combine J with J. J dot J will become 1, so A2 B2 plus A2 B2. Similarly, K vector dot K vector means answer will be 1, so we should write A3 B3. So how to dot product, how to make a dot product of two vectors? Just multiply the coefficients of I vector plus multiply the coefficients of J vector plus multiply the coefficients of K vector. That is the meaning of dot product. This is a very important thing that you should know. A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3. What is the meaning? Just we are multiplying the coefficients of I plus coefficients of J plus coefficients of K. So this is property number 7. Property 8. Angle between two vectors A vector and B vector. The formula for finding angle between two vectors is given by theta is equal to cos inverse of dot product of the two vectors, that is A vector dot B vector divided by modulus of A vector modulus of B vector. So what is this? This is the formula for calculating the angle between two vectors. I already told you properties are important things that we should keep in our mind, so that when we do problems we will easily apply the properties and go. Angle between two vectors A vector and B vector is given by the formula theta is equal to cos inverse of A vector dot B vector by modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector. So this is the formula for calculating angle between two vectors. And property 9, A vector plus B vector whole square can be written as A vector square plus B vector square plus 2 A vector dot B vector. Here the meaning of dot is scalar product or dot product. That is the meaning. So A plus B whole square formula only, but small change here, 2AB. Instead of writing 2AB, we should write 2A vector dot B vector. And already I informed you, A vector square can be written as A square. So I can even say this as A square plus B square plus 2A vector dot B vector. That is also correct. So before seeing the problems that follow, you should first learn all the properties which is explained to you now. So after throwing all the properties only, you should look at the problems. Now we will go for the problems. Problem number 24. Find A vector dot B vector when A vector is given, B vector is given. So we have to find A dot B. Everything is based on the properties before itself I said. So since I need to calculate A vector dot B vector, A vector is written in the first bracket, dot B vector is written in the second bracket. What is how to dot product? Just multiply the coefficients of I. Here the coefficient of I is 1, so 1 into 3. 1 into 3. 1 is nothing but coefficient of I, 3 is the coefficient of I in the second bracket. Then J with J, that is plus, what should I do? Minus 2 into minus 4, that is J coefficient is minus 2, here J coefficient is minus 4, plus K coefficient, here it is 1, here it is minus 2, so 1 into minus 2. This is how we have to do. This is how we will find A vector dot B vector. I with I, J with J, K with K. Because if I change, answer becomes 0. If I take I to J, I dot J will become 0. So what is this? 1 into 3. 3 minus 2 into minus 4 plus 8. 1 into minus 2 minus 2. So 11 minus 2, 9 is the answer for A dot B. So always keep in your mind, when we make a dot product of two vectors, the answer will always be a number. You should keep this in your mind. When we dot product two vectors, answer will always come as a number. Okay. Problem number 25. Find the value lambda for which the vectors this and this are perpendicular. What is the question? We need to find the value of lambda. Lambda value we have to calculate for which these two vectors are perpendicular. What is the meaning of perpendicular? 90 degree. Otherwise can be called as even orthogonal. So first what I am writing is, what is A vector is written, B vector is written. It is given in the question that these two vectors are perpendicular. So I am writing A vector perpendicular to B vector. What is the condition that we know using the properties? If two vectors are perpendicular, then the dot product should become 0. So immediately we are writing, since they are perpendicular, A vector dot B vector answer will be 0. Now how to calculate A vector dot B vector? Just now we did here in this sum. So just take the coefficient of I, 2 into 1, 2, j coefficient lambda into minus 2 lambda, 1 into 3 plus 3. Hope you would have understood what I am telling. A dot B, how to calculate? Just multiply the coefficients of I, 2 1s are 2. Multiply the coefficients of j, lambda into minus 2 lambda. Multiply the coefficients of k, 1 into 3, 3. So simplifying this, 2 lambda is taken to other side, then 2 is brought to other side. So lambda is equal to 5 by 2. Simple sum that we should know the properties well. Perpendicular means dot product will be equal to 0. That is the only thing we should know. Problem number 26. Find the angle between this vector and this vector. So immediately you should think of what is the formula that we studied for angle between two vectors. Using the properties, what is the formula that we studied? Theta is equal to cos inverse of A vector dot B vector by modulus A vector modulus B vector. Yes or no? So since two vectors are given and we need to find the angle between them, this will be taken as A vector and this will be taken as B vector. So as I said, first vector is taken as A vector, second vector is taken as B vector, and we are writing the formula now. This is the formula for calculating angle between two vectors. So theta is equal to cos inverse of A dot B. How to find A dot B? Multiply the I coefficients. 2, 6 are 12. J coefficient 3 into minus 3 minus 9. Minus 6 into 2 minus 12. So this is called A vector dot B vector by modulus A vector. How to find the modulus of this vector? Root of 2 square 4, 3 square 9, minus 6 whole square plus 36. Modulus B vector, see this vector and write root of 6 square 36, minus 3 whole square 9, 2 square 4. So 12 gets cancelled, minus 9 remains. If you take square root, this comes as 49. So 49 square root is 7. Here also 49 square root is 7. So answer is theta is equal to cos inverse of minus 9 by 49 is the answer. Problem number 27. If A vector and B vector are two vectors such that modulus A vector is equal to 10, modulus B vector is equal to 15, and A vector dot B vector value is also given 75 root 2. Find the angle between A vector and B vector. So question is, we need to find angle between A vector and B vector. What are the clues given? Modulus A vector answer is given, modulus B answer is given, A vector dot B vector answer is also given. So immediately we will write the formula. Angle between A vector and B vector is, this is the formula. So theta equal to cos inverse of A dot B answer directly given, substitute. Modulus A directly given 10, modulus B vector answer is given. So everything we are substituting and cancelling this. Suppose if I cancel this and this, what happens? 5 times it will come. If I cancel 5 and 10, it will become 2. Before that I have written as it is 5 root 2 by 10. Again cancelling 5 and 10, it becomes root 2 by 2. So 5 and 10 gets cancelled here. So root 2 by 2 comes. Theta equal to cos inverse of, here this 2 can be written as what? Root 2 into root 2. Will you agree? You just imagine this 2 as root 2 into root 2. So that 1 root 2 gets cancelled. So remaining is 1 by root 2. The value for cos inverse of 1 by root 2 answer is 45 degree, which is written as pi by 4 is the answer. So if you see this sum, just we are using the formula for angle between two vectors, and this numerator and denominator values are given in the question itself, substituting, cancelling and writing the answer. Theta is equal to 45 degree. Moving on to the next sum, problem number 28. If A, B, C, A vector, B vector, C vector are unit 3 vectors, not unit, if A vector, B vector, C vector are 3 vectors such that A vector plus 2B vector plus C vector equal to 0, and modulus A vector, modulus B vector, modulus C vector values are given, find the angle between A vector and B vector. So in this problem also we are going to find what? Angle between A vector and B vector, but the given data is different. It is given that if we add these three, answer is 0 vector, and modulus of each and every vector, the value is given. So first we are starting from this condition. This condition is taken, and first step plus C is alone taken to other side and written as minus C vector, squaring both sides. On two sides we are squaring it, so that left hand side becomes whole square, right hand side minus becomes plus when we square. C vector is, when we square it, it will become C vector square. So squaring this step we are getting this, and expanding this in A plus B whole square formula, we are writing this as A vector square plus B vector means 4B vector square, because squaring this 2 becomes 4, B vector becomes B vector square. So A vector A square plus B square plus 2AB, 2 into 2 is 4, A vector dot B vector. In the formula while discussing the properties itself, I stressed this point. A vector dot B vector we should write while applying the formula A plus B whole square. What is the formula for A vector plus B vector whole square? The formula is A vector square plus B vector square plus 2A vector dot B vector. That is why we are putting a dot here, 4A vector dot B vector, and this is written as it is. A vector square is nothing but, see, if I write modulus A vector, then this can be written as A, or even I can, if I write modulus A vector is nothing but A, so A is equal to 3. We know that A vector square can be written as A square, right? Modulus A vector is nothing but A. A value is 3, and modulus A vector is given as 3. So A is 3. So what is A square? A vector square and A square are equal, we know by the property. So since modulus A vector is 3, A vector square can be written as 9, squaring this. Similarly, modulus B vector value is given 4. We know that B vector square is equal to B square. B vector square is equal to B square. And also modulus B vector means we can simply say B. So B value is 4. So B square value is 16. So 4A dot B equal to, similarly C vector, modulus C vector 7. So C square becomes 49. Simplifying this, 9 plus 64, 73 is taken to other side, minus 73. So subtracting this, the answer is minus 24. Cancelling in 4 table, minus 6 is the answer for A vector dot B vector. So from this given condition, we are simplifying and finding out the value of A dot B, because our aim is to find the angle between A and B. Now write the formula. Angle between A and B, formula is this. So theta equal to cos inverse of A dot B, answer now we got minus 6. Modulus of A vector 3, modulus of B vector is 4. So cancelling this, we are getting minus 1 by 2. If it is 1 by 2 cos inverse, if there is no minus, then I can directly say answer is 60 degree, pi by 3, because cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2. Since minus sign is present, I should calculate like this, 18 pi minus pi by 3, because without minus answer is pi by 3. If minus comes, how should we calculate? Pi minus pi by 3. Try to understand, minus signs means we should not write only pi by 3, pi minus pi by 3. So answer is 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 is nothing but 120 degree. So theta is equal to 120 degree, or even that can be said as 2 pi by 3 is the angle between A vector and B vector. So in all the three problems we found out angle between A vector and B vector, but all are different manner. This totally different. Condition is given, from that we are calculating A dot B, After that we are substituting in the formula. At last we should know this, how to calculate cos inverse of minus. If there is no minus, answer is very simple, pi by 3. If minus is present, pi minus pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 is the final answer. Problem number 29. Show that A vector, B vector, C vector are mutually orthogonal. So 3 vectors are given, values of 3 vector A, B and C are given. We have to prove that those 3 are mutually orthogonal. So the meaning of this word orthogonal is nothing but perpendicular. Don't get confused. Orthogonal means we have to prove that all the 3 are mutually perpendicular to each other. So what we need to prove is, first we are calculating the dot product of A and B. A vector dot B vector. You know very well how to make a dot product. I coefficients 2, 6 are 12, 3, 2s are 6. 6 into minus 3 minus 18. So when we simplify, answer is 0. So what is the meaning? A vector and B vector are perpendicular. Similarly, try to find out B vector dot C vector. B dot C, how will you calculate? Take B and C and make a dot product. I with I. So 6 into 3, 18. 2 into minus 6, minus 12. Minus 3 into 2, minus 6. Again, if we simplify, answer is coming as 0. The meaning is B and C are perpendicular to each other. Similarly, we are taking C vector dot A vector, C and A. Again, do the same thing. 3 2s are 6, minus 6 into 3, minus 18, 2 into 6 plus 12. Simplifying, answer is 0. So again, the meaning is C vector and A vector are perpendicular. So all the 3 are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, we can say A vector, B vector, C vector are mutually orthogonal. Right? Question number 30. Show that the vectors, these 3 vectors, form a right-angled triangle. So we have to prove that the 3 vectors given will form a right-angled triangle. Our aim is to prove that these 3 vectors form a right-angled triangle. So first we are taking all the 3 vectors as A vector, B vector, C vector. So we are giving the name for all the 3 vectors as A vector, B vector and C vector. So given 3 vectors, it is written like this. Now I am adding all the 3 vectors. So when I add the 3 vectors, how to add? Just add I vectors first. I minus I, 2I, I. So answer is 0. If I add j coefficients, minus 2, minus 1, minus 3 plus 3 will become 0. Adding k coefficients, that is minus 6 plus 1, minus 5 plus 5 is 0. So when we add the 3 vectors, A vector, B vector and C vector, answer purely becomes 0. If this condition satisfies, then we can say the 3 vectors will form a triangle. Try to understand. If sum of all the 3 vectors becomes 0, by using triangle law of addition, I can say that these 3 vectors, A vector, B vector, C vector will form a triangle. But what is our aim? Our aim is to prove that these 3 vectors will form a right angle triangle. So we have proved it forms a triangle. What still needs to be proved? It is a right angle triangle. So for that, we will take each and every vector. Now first we will dot product A and B. If the answer comes as 0, what is the meaning? A and B are perpendicular. We want that condition, because perpendicular means we will say 90 degree will come, so the triangle will become a right angle triangle. Yes or no? So just I am calculating A dot B. The answer is not coming as 0. Then I am trying for B dot C. See, B vector dot C vector, making a dot product for these 2 vectors. So when we dot product B and C, what happens? 2 into minus 1, minus 2, minus 1 into 3, minus 3, k coefficients 1 into 5 plus 5. So if we simplify this, minus 5 plus 5, answer is 0. Suppose if the answer is not equal to 0, then I will try for C vector dot A vector. First I should try for A dot B. If the answer is not 0, try for B dot C. Here B dot C answer becomes 0. Suppose if this is also not equal to 0, then try for A dot C. Even if any one becomes 0, the angle between those 2 sides becomes 90 degree, because of dot product 0 means, what is the meaning? The 2 vectors are perpendicular. So since these 2, that is B vector dot C vector, answer is 0, the meaning is B vector and C vector are perpendicular, right, or perpendicular. So already we have proved that these three vectors will form a triangle. Now we have proved that one of the angle is 90 degree. Therefore, since already we have proved that it is a triangle, therefore now the triangle becomes a right angle triangle because of this 90 degree. One angle is 90 degree, hence we have proved that the triangle is a right angle triangle. Now therefore the given three vectors will form a right angle triangle. So write up to this in your classwork neatly. As I said, we will hope for the best. We will hope that government will reduce the syllabus so that we will complete the portion on time. And what you have to do is, whatever portions are completed so far, make a thorough revision in those chapters and keep it ready. At least those chapters that we have completed. Make a thorough of all the chapters that we have completed. Thank you, children.